What if intelligent people don't disappear because they hate people? What if they disappear because they finally discover something? Something about human behavior that most people never notice. Have you ever stopped replying to messages? Have you ever avoided unnecessary conversations? Have you ever felt strangely disconnected from people you once cared about? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Psychologists have found that as self-awareness grows, people change. They become selective. They guard their time. They protect their emotional energy. What looks like disappearing from the outside is actually a quiet, profound transformation happening on the inside. It is not a retreat, it's a realignment. This isn't an abrupt event, it's a threshold. Think of it like a glitch in the matrix of your social life. Once you see the patterns, you cannot go back. You cannot unsee the truth. Many people describe this as a period of intense loneliness. They think they are losing their touch with society. They worry they are becoming cold or detached, but they are wrong. It is simply a growing pains of the intellect. You are outgrowing the environment you were once comfortable in. The conversations that used to satisfy you now feel like static. The people you used to rely on for entertainment now feel like background noise. You are experiencing a shift in frequency. The things that used to make sense don't make sense anymore. In this video, we're going to walk through the stages of this transformation and explain why the final reason changes everything. The first reason? It has nothing to do with arrogance. It has everything to do with awareness. Most people look at others. They see the surface. They take people at their word. They believe the performance. Intelligent people, they read them. At first, life feels normal. Friends make you laugh. Conversations seem meaningful. You believe what people say. You've never had a reason not to. But then the change happens. You begin noticing the small things, the things everyone else ignores, the smile that doesn't reach the eyes, the compliment that carries hidden jealousy, the friend who only remembers you when they need a favor, the person who supports you but vanishes the moment you succeed. You notice the inconsistencies. You notice the way people's words never quite match their actions. You notice the cycles of behavior that people are trapped in yet never seem to escape. Once your brain starts recognizing these patterns, it is almost impossible to unsee them. Psychologists call this pattern recognition. The more experience you gain, the faster your brain connects the dots. Suddenly, people don't look different, they feel different. Think about the person at work who changes their personality based on who's in the room. Think about the family member who performs empathy but lacks genuine care. Think about the social group that only thrives on gossip, drama, or external competition. When you stop looking and start reading, you realize something profound. A vast amount of social interaction is just a script. People are running these scripts to manage their own insecurities. They are acting out a part in a play they don't even know they're in. Processing this data is exhausting. It is constant. It is overwhelming. That is exactly why the distance begins. This isn't about not caring. It's about stopping the confusion between attention and connection. From that moment on, they become careful. Who do they allow into their life? They realize that protecting their peace is wiser than pleasing everyone. But here's where the story gets surprising. Intelligent people don't disappear because they enjoy being alone. They disappear because the noise becomes too much. It feels heavy. It feels draining. Research suggests that high self-awareness requires more mental energy. They analyze conversations, they dissect emotions, they evaluate situations. While others hear words, they notice intentions. While others enjoy the moment, they analyze the behavior behind it. This is the social tax. Every shallow, performative interaction is a transaction. You are paying with your limited mental energy, and you are receiving nothing in return. For someone who values depth, this is unsustainable. You realize the conversation that once felt exciting now feels predictable. The friendship that felt genuine now feels one-sided. You find yourself sitting in a room full of people, laughing when they laugh, nodding when they nod, but inside, you feel a strange, hollow emptiness. You aren't there anymore. Your mind has moved on to bigger questions. This isn't emotional coldness, it's emotional intelligence. You have simply run out of patience for interactions that don't go below the surface. Carl Jung had a theory. Most people never think about it. He suggested that until we become aware of what is happening inside our own minds, we will keep believing everything outside is just fate. Intelligent people notice something different. They realize that most people aren't reacting to reality. They are reacting to their own fears, to their own insecurities, to their own hidden emotions. Think about the person who criticizes you. They aren't seeing your flaws, they are projecting their own envy of your progress. They are showing you their own broken mirror. Think about the person who constantly interrupts you. They aren't rude because they want to be, they are rude because they lack the confidence to listen. They are terrified of silence because silence forces them to face themselves. Think about the person who always needs your attention. They aren't being friendly, they're just afraid of being ignored by the world. Once you see these patterns, you stop taking things personally. You stop wasting energy trying to fix people who don't want to change. You accept them for who they are, but you no longer allow them to dictate how you feel. This is the moment of liberation. You transition from a participant in their drama to an observer of your own life. You stop reacting. You neutralize their influence. That is why intelligent people don't answer every message. They don't chase every relationship. Not because they don't care, because they have learned a truth. Every yes to the wrong person is a no to their own peace. They understand that they are the architects of their own reality. If they allow the wrong people into their garden, those people will pull up the flowers. So they build a fence, not to keep people out, but to keep their energy in. People assume intelligent individuals enjoy being alone because they dislike people. The truth is the opposite. They don't fall in love with loneliness, they fall in love with clarity. For the first time, silence stops feeling empty. It becomes a sanctuary, a place where they can hear their own thoughts without the noise of expectations. When they disappear, they aren't hiding, they are building. They are reading, they are creating, they are sharpening their philosophy. They are learning what they actually believe rather than what they were told to believe. They are finally asking the questions that matter. What do I value? What is my purpose? What does a meaningful life actually look like? While others chase external validation, they are building self-respect. They stop asking, how can I fit in? They start asking, does this life reflect who I truly am? And once that question takes root, there is no going back. To the world, it looks like they disappeared, but they finally stopped disappearing from themselves. They are no longer fractured versions of what others want them to be. They are whole. They are autonomous. Intelligent people rarely vanish overnight. It happens one realization at a time. One day, they stop arguing with people who have decided not to understand them. Another day, they stop chasing friendships that are only useful. Then, without an announcement, they begin building a life that doesn't depend on approval. To the world, it is sudden. Inside, it has been growing for years. If you have recently stepped back, don't ask if you are becoming antisocial. Ask yourself this: are you running away from people, or are you finally walking toward the life that is meant for you? Sometimes, the people who disappear aren't getting lost at all. They are finally finding themselves. They are finding their rhythm. They are finding their peace. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly where your next chapter begins. It's time to stop disappearing from yourself. It's time to show up for you.